All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. I think we are good to go. Oh, hello. Doggo is over here saying hello. We can give a treat to Loki because he's being a very good boy right now. But hey, hope you guys are all having a great Monday here. I know Bitcoin is in a weird spot. We're going to be talking about that today. Then we're just going to be chilling for an hour here before I go off and have my last good meal before I start all my dieting stuff, which will be fun. But again, happy Monday. This is going to be a very volatile week. I know we talked about this before, but before we even head into this, for those of you guys that watch it later, if you guys are worried about how you guys might trade, you're afraid of what might be happening, these positions kind of are going up 10%, down 10%, you're not really sure, it's okay to not trade this week. And I really stress that because if you guys are over leveraged in some of these positions, you may get walloped, okay? Especially like imagine those poor suckers that tried to short Dogecoin because Bitcoin started turning bearish. They're probably crying right now, right? So there's a bunch of stuff going on. So I just want you guys to know, you guys don't have to trade this week. You can kind of just enjoy the market and sit back down and enjoy the election, enjoy everything kind of around all this hype that's going on. And there you go, there you go. But yeah, so relax. It's going to be a crazy week no matter how you look at it. It's just going to be wild. I'm not going to be streaming the election tomorrow because I don't even know if the election is going to be called by tomorrow night. If the election is called by tomorrow night, I will go live once the election is called. Most likely, I'll probably have to do a crazier stream on Tuesday or something like that. But again, tomorrow I'm going to be at the gym all day. Well, not all day, but for a couple hours here. So I'm getting that new routine going down. But hey, Cameron, happy to see you. CT, thank you for joining the Ruby Love Man. I really do appreciate it. We mooning tonight. Right now we're trying to hold support tonight. That's what's really going on here. Hey Mike, hope you're having a good day. I am having a great day so far. It's a lot of busy work, a lot of stuff going on, but I'm getting into my special place because I'm doing a bunch of testing and stuff, which I always enjoy. And plus, the election stuff is going to be crazy. I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen because the country's going to go freaking crazy for the next few days because, again, we don't know exactly how soon it's going to be that we call this election. Back in 2020, there was a whole bunch of random rule changes, some that were approved, some that were not, so it kind of went all to the courts and it lasted for days. 2016 was a pretty easy call. It happened that same night. Maybe since COVID is over, it'll go back to being the normal thing where it happens very, very quickly. We don't know. It's just going to be chaotic. So I think I'm going to be at the cigar lounge smoking tomorrow night and just kind of watching this go down. And the cigar lounge closes at midnight. So if we don't know by midnight, I don't know what's going on here. But I will be streaming probably from like 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Then I'm just going to get out and just kind of chill for a little bit. Eat a huge steak, extra butter. What do you call? I don't know. What do you call? I got to figure out what I want that meal to be. It's not going to be a fancy meal. I mean, I could have a fancy meal later on. I just got back from Vegas where I had like 5-star dinners and stuff, and it was fucking amazing. So I could consider that my last meal before I start really dieting. But I got all this chicken and tilapia and stuff like that, so that'll be good for me, plus some vegetables, and then a bunch of water and like IV stuff, pretty much. But it'll be good. But yeah, I wish I could have a big steak. I haven't been a big steak person as of late. I don't know why. But when I do get steak, I do pay premium price for that steak. Talking about like $90, $100 for like a cool 4 ounces of steak, but it's delicious. Let's see. Gastric sleeve. I don't think I want to go down the surgery route, but I do think I'm probably going to get one of those little shots of medication that you kind of put in your stomach and it kind of just makes you not hungry. I think that's going to be a lot easier. I have a good friend of mine. She had the gastric thing, and I think it's been working well for her. So, you know, maybe I'll do that down the road. Let's see. Any new routine? Any chance of cutting back the cigars a bit as well? I'm just looking out for you, bro. Probably not. I mean, a few cigars a week, I don't think that's going to bother me too much. I think if I lost the cigars, I probably would just quit the whole diet. I don't know. I have to have some pleasure in my life, and I know going to the gym and stuff is not going to be pleasant. There are upcoming listings. Invest in them and be active on their listing time. Sell them before the price goes down after listing. Well, just be careful with listings. A lot of times they're rugs. Like 99.9% of listings are rugs. Let's see. And hey, Cameron, cheers. Have a good time watching the movie. And hey, Larry, I'm not going to get Ozempic. I've heard too many side effects about that one. I'm going to get the Monjero one, I think. Monjero? I don't know. It sounds like DiGiorno pizza, but it's like Monjero. I can't pronounce the word properly. But yeah, it just targets multiple receptors where Ozempic only targets one. Monjero does 2 different types of receptors. So we'll see how it all kind of fixes itself up. But yeah, it'll be a busy week for me. I mean, for heaven's sakes, tomorrow on election day, you're going to see me at the gym for like a half an hour stream while I'm just talking to you guys while I'm on the treadmill. We'll see how that goes. I'm trying to figure out if it's easier for me to do the half an hour at the beginning of the treadmill or half an hour at the end of the treadmill, because I'm going to do treadmill for half an hour, workout, treadmill on the half an hour to end, and then I'll go home, right? So I'm going to try to figure out which one I least out of breath for. You may think it's the first one, but I don't know. It might be interesting. Let's see. To start tobacco and therapy with a nice green herb. There we go. Hey, Jonathan, I've already been doing yoga for actually a hot minute. I'm actually nice and stretched out and limber and stuff like that. My TV has a built-in yoga assistant in it, and it's like fucking amazing. Don't ask me why I spend all the money on the TV, but it's like those little perks like that that just make it freaking awesome. Also, I'm pretty sure I can just get yoga on YouTube if I wanted to. What I got playing right now in the background is, oh my, you cannot be that needy. Loki wants treats and more treats. What I got playing on right now in the background is the Joe Rogan and Elon Musk podcast that just dropped a few hours ago. I was not expecting that to really come out of nowhere. I mean, that came out of nowhere here, but I guess Elon really wanted to hop on, and Joe Rogan's never going to say no to Elon Musk as far as like, let's chill and have a good conversation, because, you know, I swear Joe Rogan makes a shit ton of money every time Elon comes on the podcast. It's like millions and millions and millions, kind of like Trump. But no, you know, Trump was such a rare thing that, of course, it's going to be a little bit more. But yeah, so let's get here into the charts and see what's going on right now. Hey, DJ. Fasting, yeah, that's pretty much what the medications do. It's all fasting, if you ask me. It's basically making it so you don't eat as much food. Like here, I can show you guys this very fast before I get started with the stream, because, again, this week is going to be so crazy, so different. All the streams are going to be so crazy and so different as well. Let me see if I can find it. There you go. It's this stuff. Mongerno, I can't pronounce it, is a medication that has shown significant potential for weight loss, with studies indicating users can substantially lose a percentage of their body weight, sometimes as much as 20%, when used alongside a healthy lifestyle. Right? I'm already eating pretty healthy. I'm not eating perfectly healthy, which is what I'm transitioning into now. Like, normally I eat like good foods and whatnot, but every now and again I go and get some chicken wings or something. But none of that. Maybe once every 2 weeks I'm going to have a cheat day just so I don't go crazy. And then I guess it mimics two natural hormones, GIP and GLP. Oh, see, GLP and GLP-1. I don't know. But yeah, I talked to a doctor about it and all that type of stuff, so it seems like it's going to be fine. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be doing right there. A lot of that type of stuff. And hey, OP Productions. I was in Vegas last week, and then now I'm back. I'm chilling and relaxing as we go into this election here, which is just going to make everything go absolutely insane. So that's kind of the news for this week, is all about the election. Does Trump win? Does Kamala win? Does Jill Stein win? There's going to be a whole bunch of options for everybody here today. And regardless of who you guys are choosing to vote, if you guys want to support Kamala, Trump, Jill Stein, Cornel West, there's a few other ones out there, I'm sure. I think even Kennedy is on some ballots. Whoever you want to support, go out there and vote. Exercise your right. And while your overall vote for president might not matter, because most of you guys probably don't live in battleground states, right? You guys do have down ballot votes that are going to be important. So if you guys feel like something's wrong in your community, vote against it. That way you guys are good. I'm voting against I'm voting to repeal a bunch of taxes in Washington. I doubt they're going to pass, but I'm hoping. I'd feel bad if I didn't vote on repealing a tax, especially the excise tax that we have here, which is fucking garbage. Anyway, not going to get to my local fucking stuff. Bitcoin. We talked about this going down here, and it is still going down as we speak. We've hit our first level of support, as you guys can see from this order block. We are going to see if Bitcoin's able to take a little bit more of a bounce. Today, yesterday, and the day before, these pretty much few days, I have been dollar cost averaging a bunch of meme coins. Meme coins have come down a lot. I mean, okay, there's a few exceptions, like Dogecoin's kind of had a little bit of a run, which has been interesting, but it's still come down a little bit here. But if you go over to something like a Miro, a mirror after the last few days, it's down like 31%. I've been kind of attacking those and hoping that eventually we will get a higher move. These are, of course, longer-term dollar cost average moves, but I still am buying them right now because I didn't want to buy them a few weeks ago when they were pumping up over 100%. At a 30% discount, I'm more likely to buy right now. Again, tossing them into some massive bags that I have. Depending on how long you guys have been buying these meme coins, you guys are profitable right now, you guys are losing a little bit of money, or you guys are down a lot. For me and things like Miro, look at the weekly chart. All right, going back over here to April, March, when everything went to shit, I've been buying a little bit here, 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 a little bit here. You know, we're about at my average right now, right? So it's not terrible, but it's not good. And so hopefully as time goes on here, we can see a little bit more profit on my end for some of these things. But let's go back over here to Bitcoin very fast. On the weekly charts, this is where I see a little bit more of a concern. The issue for us right now is really just the election, because if you look at the technicals, we're still actually going strong here. We see the momentum is continuing to go stronger. RSI stochastic still is fine right now. We're kind of in this little bit of a consolidation where we're waiting for a breakout move. Even if the move happens at the end of November, like this move happened at the end of October, we're going to be fine here. I think this shakeout, though, really does spook a lot of people. And so, again, if you want to play it safe, all you got to do is dollar cost average and kind of wait. Everything else kind of comes with time at this point here, which, again, is just going to make everybody go nuts. But let's pull this back over here. You know, this one, we didn't start going parabolic until October back in 2020. All right. Back over here, this is a little bit different, but we didn't start going parabolic until September. It usually happens towards the end of the year here. This parabolic move, I guess, I don't know if you want to call this parabolic. It was kind of just a rebound move, but, you know, when did we actually start going crazy again? September, October, yeah. So it's been a minute. We didn't go parabolic here until October, you know, so that move right there was back in March, April, so not bad, but it was more of a continuation. But what I'm looking at right now is, can we hold the support level? Can we see something of a larger breakout? I think we actually can. Well, you know, I can imagine right now that Bitcoin, just like I said, I can imagine Bitcoin falling down here and having that larger move. We've done that. I can imagine Bitcoin breaking back out, making a higher low, or excuse me, a lower high here, and then consolidating, waiting for another move where we have to add this trend line over here, and that's the new breakout point, you know, at the end of November, middle of November, whatever. We haven't had that yet. But for aggressive longs, that's what they would be doing. The only issue with this now is we've been talking about this trend line here and how this might be the best time to buy on this trend line if we get the 4-hour chart to be our friend. The 4-hour chart has not been giving us any help here. That was the breakdown. That was the short you guys could have taken here as well. But, and you can actually see that change of character way back over here. We actually haven't had the green MACD here just yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting patiently, optimistically, and I think what I'm going to do is probably, if we can hold here and have a bullish move overnight, I'm just going to have my stop loss be right here around 66,791 or slightly below back over here, 65,600. I think this might be the better play to do, just in case there's some whiplash. And I'm going to try to play this out for a few days and see if it goes higher. We're still bullish on the weekly. I'm still happy with that. We've overall just been kind of going sideways, but going up still if you look at the chart right here. It's just the election is going to fuck things up so much for a lot of people. What if during the start of the election night, a whole bunch of the early ballots are starting to be counted, right? And it shows that Kamala Harris is more likely to win some of these states, even though it's like, you know how CNN says, or MSNBC says, or Fox News says, the race is too close to call, and they make this huge thing about the race being too close to call, and there's nothing for them to fucking say. Well, eventually they're going to show a bunch of blue on the screen because a lot of early voters happen to be Democrat, while a bunch of day of voters tend to be Republican, right? Well, during the beginning of that, you may see a dip and then something of a rip if Trump is more likely to win. If you guys know who's going to win, let me know, because I have no fucking idea. Again, if you're going off of polls, I think Trump would win, but that's not because of anything specifically that he's done. I just think that they usually underestimate him in the polls, and I know a lot of black people that are voting for Trump this time, which is fucking surprising as hell. So, and they're not in the crypto community. A black crypto person voting for Trump, I could see it in a heartbeat. A regular person that I like in my community, my network that I see, it's been fucking wild. So it's been interesting. But anyway, that's kind of my game plan for right now. I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to have a 4-hour bullish chart. I'm waiting to see something good happen here. I'm going to go striking into that and just buy up a bunch. It'll be like $1,000 20x long position with that stop loss either at 66,800 or back over here 65,600. That's the level I'm looking for. Until that happens, I'm okay remaining bearish. It's just that this would be more of a scale out phase than a long term phase at this point. I don't feel the incentive to be holding too long, especially if you guys were taking some of these shorts. Remember, we talked about the 4-hour MACD turning over back over here at 9 p.m. on Wednesday of last week. That was an opportunity. That was an opportunity. We talked about the breakdown here. That was another opportunity if you guys took it. I didn't because I was busy, and on top of that, the election is like spooking me out of a lot of positions here. So I think I'm just going to wait and kind of see where this goes. For me right now, though, I'd much rather be long, which is going to make things maybe just a little bit more interesting, but I also think just more higher risk. So if you guys don't want to take a high risk position, be very, very careful here, right? Everybody, what do you call? I'm definitely going to lose some weight. I feel like I need to lose some weight. I feel like I need to lose some weight. I definitely do. I need to get some energy back. And one of the good things about me going to the gym is it also clears up my mind with ADHD a little bit here, which will be really nice. But yeah, I'm definitely going to I'm just going to eat a couple meals a day. I'm not going to go crazy with the dieting stuff. It's going to be good, healthy food, but I'm not going to go fancy with it, if that makes sense. I don't need to have fancy foods. And then I'm going to cut back on my alcohol a little bit. And then we'll see what happens after that. But then I'm going to go to the gym every day for like 2 hours. So that'll get me going. Let's see. And hey, Design Pro, happy to see you, man. Hope you're doing very, very well. Do I like Eli Lilly dropped 100 in the past week? Maybe a little bit. I mean, for a longer term hold, yeah, I think it's okay. But in the short term, it really looks like it's being punished. A lot of people don't trust drug companies after COVID and how the government kind of lied about that type of stuff. So it's kind of affected the amount of people that want to get flu shots and stuff. I think they're a healthy company. It's just not something I'd particularly want to buy because the momentum isn't there. I think Trump is going to win 44 million views on Joe Rogan. I didn't even know it actually got up to 44 million. That's actually crazy. Garbage truck McDonald's, Joe Rogan. Well, I mean, what's been across my feed all this week has actually been the squirrel incident's has been what's on my feed. The squirrel in New York, how the government came in and fucking just like took a squirrel, it bit somebody, then they're like, oh, we have to kill it to see if it has rabies. Damn, I mean, that's rough. And if anybody has a pet, like losing your pet to the government would just be one of the worst fucking feelings ever. Because, I mean, they're there to protect you, help you, and when the government doesn't do that, you kind of feel like a deep betrayal that really pisses you off. I mean, as a lot of people have figured out in their lives, right? Have I been buying whiff? I have, but only dollar cost averaging. And hey, Digital K, happy to see you right there. Personal trainer. No, I have never liked personal trainers. They usually goes too slow, and they really try to slow you down so you're there, so you're with them for a long period of time. I don't like being sold stuff like that. And I also have friends that are personal trainers that are designing my workout, so that actually helps me out a little bit more. But basically, like Monday is chest and triceps or chest and biceps. Like every day is something else. On the weekends, all I'm doing is long walks and just chilling out, relaxing a little bit more with some yoga. And every day I do yoga, I guess I should say that. But then Mondays, like a couple things on, biceps, chest. Tuesdays could be back and triceps. You know what I mean? Like it's broken up. And so it should be pretty good. I just have to get used to, working out again, getting my heart pumping and stuff like that, making sure I'm by the fucking defibrillator at all times. But I think that'll be fine. And then, yeah, it should be good. I mean, I do a lot of walking already right now. I've already been losing weight as of right now, but I feel like I need to kick it into high gear, so to speak. And I guess with some of that weight loss medication, it could go a long way for helping that. I've heard all types of stories from people on Reddit, the good, the bad, the side effects, the no side effects, all that type of crap. And after reading all that, I'm like, you know what? I could take that step. I got time to kill as far as that type of stuff. It's just that while I'm working out for those 2 hours, or, one of those half an hours when I'm walking on the treadmill, basically, I'm just going to chat with you guys and see what's going on for the day, going over some news, stuff like that. I'll take some notepads and stuff like that. Yeah, it'll be nice and simple. I don't need to go crazy with it. So Regeneron peaked at 1,200. Now it's back to 830 because of a rival drug on the top products. The other company hasn't sold anything and is being sued by Regeneron for copyright. I don't know. Those types of lawsuits can go kind of iffy, especially right now because the government doesn't like all these monopolies with drugs. It may win or it may not. I'm not entirely sure. Do you want a treat? I'm gonna toss a treat over there because you're whining a lot. But yeah, those types of this is why I don't fuck with biotech really. But yeah, it can be a little bit more difficult for that one. That school story was sad, pretty obvious. Those suckers bite, but didn't need to be put down. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, I don't even think they need to take the school out of the house. I mean, I miss the days where you could just have a conversation with a cop at your door and not feel like they're gonna fucking bust their way through and stuff. Those days are kind of long over. I don't really trust police officers. Like I know a lot of people still do. Sorry, I'm watching Loki try to get a treat because it's under a door and he's like freaking out about it. Oh, he got it. Okay, but yeah. I like, you know, if a cop comes to my house and he's knocking on the door and he doesn't have a warrant, I'd always advise just not fucking open the door, don't talk to him, stay in your house, turn on your TV, and fucking relax. That's it. Or if you got a ring system, just talk to them through the ring system and say, hey, what do you want? You can talk to me through ring. I'm here. I can talk to you. Let's do that. Then they can't intimidate you and stuff. I have a much more libertarian streak in me because I just don't like the fucking government coming in and like telling me what to do. I've always had a problem with authority. It's not just the government, right? Good to hear you're getting motivated to get healthier. We could all work on something. Yeah, I figure that's the easiest thing. I mean, back when I was younger, all I wanted to do was make money, and I kind of sacrificed some of my health for that. But COVID really fucked me up as far as wealth. Not wealth. COVID was great for money. For health. You know, I was just sitting inside all day. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I went outside. People were like, you can't be outside because, you know, it's COVID's out. You can't be outside without a mask. I'm like, it's fucking fresh air. What are you fucking talking about? There was a bunch of shit. That's one of the reasons I moved out of the city here. It was just fucking too much to deal with. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting. As far as everything else is concerned, guys, we do see the last 24 hours, a lot of stuff is down just by a little bit. Dogecoin is rocking and rolling up almost 50% for the last 30 days. Dogecoin is it right now. Dogecoin is the big mover. We've had Tron up a little bit here. Solana's up a little bit here. Bitcoin's still up on the last 30 days. Ethereum is not doing anything for the last 30 days. Last year to date, Ethereum is up 4.78%. So Solana is up 55%. Right? Now I know that Solana had a much bigger drop last year. I understand that. But Ethereum has just not been having the big moves that you would expect. And I wonder if that's because like their innovation sector, which is pulling out these new products and stuff, it just really hasn't caught on as much. Yeah, I've been preaching getting Solana more than Ethereum just because Solana has a lower market cap and it's a good company just like Ethereum. But Solana, I'm dollar costing that a little bit more heavily, I think, right now. Both are going to be great for day trading. But as far as everything else is concerned, you know, we see a lot of negativity here. Monero's up a little bit. I mean, things like this. Rune is down like 15, 16% right now. It's down 30% the last 7 days. I'm taking this opportunity for a lot of these tokens, not all of them, but a lot of these tokens, to just dollar cost average some more into them, especially when it comes to the meme coins. Those are the ones that have been going up the most, the ones that have been crashing the most. Usually the ones that make money off of those are the ones that are just holding and holding and holding, and they're not trying to buy, sell, because again, if you panic and sell with a 20% loss, 30% loss, it's going to hurt you quite a bit here. It's going to hurt you quite a bit. I took that bite and no way in hell complain about it to police. I'd be too ashamed. Shake my head. So when you're in trouble and need help, then I hope you have some friends since you don't trust cops like the Black Panthers. I trust cops, but if cops come to my house unannounced and I didn't invite them, I have a real why would they be there? What issue do they have with me? And if I have a Ring camera, I'd talk to them through the Ring camera, but I feel no incentive to talk to the cops like that. Like, if I get pulled over in the car, I'm courteous to the cops. I do what they say. I'm not trying to start a problem. But again, I understand that, you know, how do I say this in the very nicest of ways? I am black. A lot of people where I grew up in the African American community, they have left the impression on cops that a lot of black people are like, you should be a little bit have a heightened sense and have to be aware of that, right? That's just a fact. And so I don't want to put myself in any situation where I could be fucked up, right? And I've known cops. I have a friend that was a cop. He got shot a few years ago back in Montana. Really chill guy. But usually, I like to keep to myself. I don't want authority coming near me. I don't want to deal with it. If I don't have to deal with cops, I don't want to deal with cops. If what do we call if somebody is robbing my house, right? I'm not going to call the cops first. I'm going to shoot them first, then call the cops to help with the cleanup. There's a whole different type of thing that goes in my mind when I deal with cops. I'm hoping a lot of stuff that goes on, I can do it myself, right? Because cops have like a 5-10 minute response time minimum, maybe. So yeah, I mean, there's just a way the world works. I'm a very practical guy. I respect cops what they do. I don't want to deal with that shit. No. No, don't ever talk to the ring. Oh, man. I think traders, investors are very anti-authority. Well, yeah, we want to make our money and live somewhere quiet and secluded from everybody else. I mean, for heaven's sakes, my neighbors have fucking cows. You know, it's just a different type of lifestyle. Anything you say will be used against you and not for you. It's just the cop's job, honestly. Yeah, that's true. You know what? That's true. And so, yeah, I you know, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to protect myself. That's all my job is, right? There's not really an incentive for me to do anything crazy or out of the box, really, right? Yeah, I just don't feel the need for it. I just don't feel the need. I feel like more harm comes from that type of stuff than good. And I don't want to be harmed by anything that could potentially happen, right? If I stay inside and nothing bad happens, nothing good happens. I just keep on doing my thing. If I don't answer the phone or the door, it's fine. You know, but you know, a few weeks ago I saw a car that stopped in like the side of the freeway, like on the right hand lane of the freeway, not the shoulder, but the right hand lane, and it was stopped there with its blinkers on, and I almost ran into it. I called the cops and let them know that there was a car sitting there just kind of like chilling, which I almost crashed into. I was happy to call the cops, or technically they forwarded me to State Patrol. I was happy to do that as like a good civil servant. I'm happy to do that. I did it as an anonymous tip though, but still, I was happy to do that. Then I saw, as I was heading back home, I saw a State Patrol turn on the lights and just start speeding that way. And I was like, I did my little good thing for the day. But yeah, there's a way the world works, and it's not all sunshine and daisies and stuff. And hey, the real MILF Hunter, happy to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well. It's been a very, very long day here for assets. Bitcoin's getting knocked down as we speak. We're heading probably back down below $67,000 unless we're able to hold here. Actually, let me see what everything looks like here. We're seeing a little bit of bullish divergence on the 15. That's not really enough for me to get excited. The 1 hour, we could see hope. How's the 2 hour looking? You know, I do think an aggressive trader would take a long right now. And let's see, it's election day. Ugh. I do think an aggressive trader would make a trade right now. Not like this second, but sometime during today's candle. I do think it'd be worth it to take a little bit of a trade here. I'm thinking if Bitcoin falls down just a little bit more, I might take an opportunity here. I'll let you guys know what I do. But I have to say, this is probably like a very high risk situation because of the election. But when I look at the 1 hour chart here, you know, you can see momentum holding a little bit here. 2 hour momentum is starting to come back up just a little bit here. And you see when it was 2 hours, momentum was good. We kind of just sat, you know, sideways. It wasn't enough for the 4 hour chart, but it was close enough. It might be a two-pronged attack where you have to buy a little bit over the next few hours and buy a little bit more if we start to go green. I'd probably say this: the more moderate thing to do is just wait till tomorrow and see if we get the 4 hour long here on the MACD. I think that'd be getting me a little bit more exciting about what I'm looking for, or a little bit more excited about buying, to be honest. It's just the election's going to be crazy. I mean, CNBC, we had the regular markets were down today. The futures are down today already. Election 2024, as Trump celebrates weak jobs report. Harris runs up lead among PA Latino voters. Damn, they are biased with these headlines. Election as the election winds down, worries of bond vigilantes and inflation hit markets. A bunch of stuff is happening right now. And the media is going to be crazy right now. Judge rejects a request to block Elon Musk $1 million voter giveaway. Again, a bunch of stuff going on. Let's see. Striking Boeing machinist vote on union-backed contract proposal, this time with a warning. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting right there. But yeah, I mean, if you guys just go to election 2024, I didn't type it in properly, but that's okay. Looks like CNN's on top. All right. Campaign events, your election voter handbook. I mean, you know, it's a bunch of stuff. Trump offers darkness. Harris offers optimism on the election eve of America, right? Trump says he was advised not to hit back at Michelle Obama. More than 78 million ballots have been cast earlier this year. Here are the 3 takeaways from pre-election voting. Jesus. I'm trying to find a positive message about Trump in here. Okay, so we got 1 negative thing about Trump, 2 negative things about Trump. Let's see. 3 negative things, 4. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jesus. It's all just negative stuff about Trump. Holy crap. I don't go to the CNN website all too much, as you guys can imagine, but I don't know. I don't like Fox News. I don't like CBC. I don't like MSNBC. I don't like ABC News. I don't like NBC News. I don't like any of them. But damn, like that's kind of heavy, wouldn't you say? What did you say? Oh man. Wow. I mean, they're going hard right now. But you can see 2020 election results. Let's see. Oh, this is the election center. Okay. But yeah, get ready for a bunch of stuff. Countdown to election day, November 5th, starts in 3 hours and 28 minutes after daylight savings kicked off. A lot of stuff going on, guys. The media is going to be the end of our fucking country. They're going to fucking choke us out or make us choke each other, and they're going to profit off of it. I welcome a Harris dip. Already took profit, and I would love another go around. Plus, Harris is full shit with the capital gains thing. Empty campaign promises. Yeah, she would not be able to pass that at all. I do know that for a fact right now. The only thing I'm really afraid of when it comes to a Harris administration, you know, as somebody who's a little bit wealthier, elections don't necessarily have the same consequences for me. And plus, I'm already in a very liberal state, being in Washington state. I am concerned about the crypto legislation that she put forward. I do think if she puts forward some really like heavily regulated stuff, I would probably just finalize that move pretty quickly and start heading over to Thailand. Because, you know, again, I'm not going to choose to break American laws and stuff like that. Even if I disagree with them, I'm not going to break them. I would just move to like a place that like is chill with America, like with nicer laws, like a Singapore, a Thailand, a Bali. You know what I mean? For me, it'd be like Thailand, obviously, because like the environment's very nice. And I would do all my work over there, and I could come back here and live over here every now and again. It's just the way the workload would be a little bit different, right? We will see 100K in 2025. Oh yeah, that I have no doubt. I mean, I was hoping it would happen 2024, but my God, this has been taking a while, right? That's the propaganda they push. Well, I know most media is propaganda, but like, I used to think that there was just enough people in America that had that common sense gene, and I'm not talking about left versus right, but they just knew to distrust the media a little bit. And the fact that they've ramped it up so much, right? And the media has gone so dishonest. I just figured out there would be more people out there that just would like just second guess what the media has been telling you. You know what I mean? Just enough to where they feel like they have to respond or do something differently. And I don't think they are. Like if I was Trump and I won the election, I would not have press briefings unless there was an emergency. I would actually kick the press out of the White House and use it for something like McDonald's room or some shit just to make fun of them. That's how little I trust the news. And I'm not talking about just, you know, the CNNs or the MSNBCs. I'm talking about the Fox Newses, you know, all of those news organizations all out there. No daily press briefings. Or if you were going to have them, they would be in another place outside the White House. Because, you know, there's just been so much stuff. I think it all started around like the Russia stuff back in 2016. I wasn't streaming then. I was in Montana just chilling and living life. I wasn't even watching the news all too much. But I was like, damn, did Trump collude with the Russians? And the news made me think, yeah, he did, right? When I learned, like, oh shit, there was nothing really there. And I was like, oh God, they got me good. And after that, I'm just like, you know, I don't really have much faith in the media. Because, again, I had some faith in them. Then they kind of lied to me for a couple of years. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can't really trust what they say anymore. And, you know, that's just the way the world works right now. And hey, CT, happy to see you again, man. I don't know if you caught it early, but thanks for becoming a Rebeloved member. I appreciate it. Oh, my voice is going stale right now. I haven't been talking as much, or I've been talking, but not like this in the stream. Justice for Peanut. Dude, that Peanut story is fucking, it pisses me off. It really pisses me off. Again, this is, you know, just makes no sense, that one. Makes no sense whatsoever. Just do jiu-jitsu, addictive workout, and major life skill. I do not have the talent or the want to do jiu-jitsu. Could be very interesting, I grant it. Okay. Here, let's have a conversation, everybody, because Loki's over here, like, saying, hey, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at you being a good boy. Be a good boy? Come here. You can come here, yeah. See, he's not trying to be nice to me. He just wants a treat. There's a difference with him. Oh. See, wants to do something exciting. Good boy. Yep. But yeah, so I'm not entirely sure which way it's gonna go as far as election and everything like that. But as far as jiu-jitsu, no. I like weights and simple stuff for my brain. I have to get into a rhythm, and jiu-jitsu, I feel like I'd have to do with somebody else in the room, and I don't want to do that. One of the beautiful things about the gym I go to is, like most gyms nowadays, I think, it's 24/7. I get there when I want, I do the workout that I want to, and I leave when I want. I don't gotta say anything. I can put my headphones on and just fucking ignore everybody, you know. And I can always go with a buddy if I want to, but I'm perfectly happy to just relax, chill out, not do a single thing out there. But you know, it really depends on the type of mood I'm in at that point. Makes fitness easier because you have purpose other than lifting weights or something. Oh, see, I don't mind doing the monotonous things. I don't mind it at all. That's kind of what I do for a living. I check out charts every day. I read news articles every day. You know, it's a very simple, bland lifestyle where my life actually becomes fun is when I do stupid shit like gamble away a couple thousand in Vegas, or you know, go hang out with the buddies at the lounge, you know, that type of stuff, right? So, or, you know, have a nice dinner in Seattle for a few $100. Yeah, I don't know. The gyms things, I'm going to be happy with that for now. I would not be able to stay on a jiu-jitsu schedule at all. Yeah, it'd just be too much for me. Too much for me way too much for me. There we go. All right, let's do a quick check to see what else is happening right now. We are currently on the 4-hour chart. So, oh my God, Ethereum is all the way back down to resistance. Back over here, we were hoping Ethereum might make a push up here, and it did. It even went actually higher, and then we got rejected. I was off by a couple days. Solana, testing out this old level of support. Remember, we managed to break out above it. Support, now breaking down. Yeah, you can see Solana come down a little bit more here. Dogecoin, it's doing its own little thing right now. I thought it might have actually broken down earlier, but we did find a way to hold here and keep on it moving up. Now you're seeing Dogecoin make a breakout here. I'm not super excited about this, but as long as it's running, it's running. I'm not really trading this. I'm not selling anything of any of my Dogecoin. I'm just chilling with it. But come back here, you know. It's doing a lot better than it was a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, it was at 10 cents back in September, you know. And a few months ago, it was back over here at like 7 cents. So it is making some moves, and I do appreciate that a lot. If you think about it, we're like, you know, right here. It's not going to take us too much further to get back up here to 50 cents. It's the dollar. That's what everybody's freaking out about. $1, which is up here. That's going to be hard for Dogecoin. It won't happen until the peak of the cycle, basically, if you ask me. Maybe it'll happen beforehand, but I'm guessing it's when everything else is going parabolic and crazy. There we go. Whiff. Oh my God, just look at Whiff. Whiff eventually did break down here. That was a painful thing. It kept on coming down. Actually popped up, got rejected. Bonk. Broke down a while ago. No, this wasn't a flag. This was something else. There's a bunch of trend lines here. But thought it might go up. Breakout. Did not break out at all. Miro. False breakout. It was optimistic, but it wasn't able to continue the move, unfortunately. So far, this thing has been coming back down all the way to the levels we saw back in October 6th. Baby Doge coming down. I never really advised buying Baby Doge, except for maybe like a pre-pump right there. But, this pumped up too high for me to really want to jump into it right now. I'll wait for that to come back down. Things like STMX, I've had this for God knows how long. I'm talking like a long time. Like this is 2022 and stuff like that. I've been dollar cost averaging this for a while. And it has not been giving me any money back. But I sold it because I'm hoping that this business, because it is a business, will actually start to show some profit here. What happened here? Oh. I got a text message. Just got to make sure it's... Let's see. There we go. Okay, sorry. Book of Meme, Sheeb. I mean, I was hoping Sheeb might make a move. I guess it still technically can, but only because Dogecoin's making that move, right? But I don't see anything else really making moves right now. I mean, Popcat. Doesn't Popcat look like it needs to take a little bit of a dip? Turbo still looking okay, but could use a dip. Maybe Popcat could be a good opportunity to short here. Especially if Bitcoin makes a dump. Oh yeah, it's breaking down below the 50. Popcat could be a strong short right here, probably back down to 9 cents. Between 90 cents from $1.20. Maybe even 95 to make it easier. And that's mostly because this thing has popped up so much. Haha, Popcat, it popped. But this would be an election play. This would definitely be an election play right here. See. And hey, Seven, I appreciate it, man. Likes are always something that's very interesting for me. I don't know why I don't get so many of them, but it doesn't matter all too much. I think I'm just going to start to stream a lot more and see how all of it kind of plays out. But what I think I want to do right now with you guys is let me go over here. Let me open up this. Derivatives. Let's see. Here's our Bitcoin trade from earlier. So far, not looking good. I know we talked about it's going to be coming down, but I do want to dollar cost average this a little bit more here. And I think probably better for me to do maybe 10x. Let's add another $200 to this trade. Maybe another $300 to this trade. Top of that $500 trade. There we go. Just move it down a little bit. Everything's red, of course. We're going to have to dollar cost average. Most of the stuff is down $10 to $20, so it's not like a lot. But again, we're going to have to keep on buying this more and more and more. And with these 10x leverages, 5% loss is a 50% loss. 10% loss is a 100% loss. It can really, it can really get you going down fast. So please make sure if you guys are doing this type of stuff, very small amounts of money for us. There we go. But right now, definitely just kind of a high risk environment. And it's going to be rough. As far as Ethereum is concerned, it's in a shady spot. Let me get rid of these ugly lines and circles and stuff because we actually went higher than I thought we would as far as Ethereum is concerned. But let's see. Hit the resistance, then it got rejected. All right. So right now, Ethereum is still in this uptrend here. It still looks okay. But if Bitcoin does take a plunge right now, you're going to see Ethereum take a massive move down, and it might even come back down as far as like 1700 or 1600, which can be really, really rough. In the scheme of things, it's still going to break out and go like crazy to all-time highs and stuff like that. But in the short term here, especially if Bitcoin does not find a way to break out, you're really going to be in some pain here. So be careful with Ethereum. I think it'll be a strong short if it does break down. You're just going to have to see if we break down below around like 2100 base, 2150. If we do that, all hell breaks loose. You may see a drop down, a pivot off of that support, and then another move down coming towards the end of November. Again, if Bitcoin comes back down. Everything's still in a wild card right now because of the election. Bitcoin isn't even close to its level of support right now because it's been actually doing a lot better than Ethereum. Bullish, still looking very, very good. Bitcoin support level as far as the trend line is concerned is all the way back at here at $62,500. We're like at 68,000 right now. We're not in that danger zone. Ethereum is. Go over here to Solana. Solana isn't. It's just kind of Ethereum right now, which is kind of interesting. Gold got rejected from all-time highs again. That's interesting. Still looking strong though. I'd have to say it still made all-time highs, so it's not a terrible position. Dow Jones coming down, NASDAQ coming down, SPY coming down. You're just seeing a lot of the market freak out just a little bit because we have that election going on, and this election is just going to make things a little iffy, right? A little iffy. Let's see. North Carolina, no clear leader, no clear leader. Of course, it's going to be like no clear leader. Yeah. So this is where most of you guys just have to take a chill pill and wait, which kind of sucks. But I did tell you guys an aggressive trader would be going long right now, or at least dollar cost averaging into positions. I think the majority of safer traders are just going to wait for the 4-hour MACD to turn green. That should really get the daily chart back up and running here, as long as we don't take a crazy dip before that happens. So again, just be careful of the election. The next resistance for Dogecoin. The short-term one is up here where we actually just got rejected, funny enough, and that's at 0.1667. After that, it'd be up here towards the high point, which would be at 0.1798. If we want to zoom out a little bit more, look at the daily chart here. So around 1750, like 17.5 cents basically. After that, I think you have more of an order block here than just a single level of resistance. It'd be that wall. So if you guys are buying anything over here hoping for a larger move, this is definitely where I'd scale out some, basically between 20 cents and 23 cents, a little bit below that as well, which is why I said 20. Technically, this is actually kind of around 21 cents or so. We're thinking about the same about Ethereum, do a major move up, and sometimes it'd be insane. Yeah, it's just because of how it hasn't really had the same growth as a lot of other assets this year. So when you look at Ethereum here, look at the monthly chart, right? It's at a bunch of these support levels here. It's the first time we've broken down below the 20-month moving average in a long time. We haven't actually closed down below it, just like none of these closed down below it. So you might have an opportunity, but you can definitely see Ethereum making its plunge down here towards the $1,600 range, which would just be horrible for this. Whereas, again, if you look at something like a Solana, right? Solana's been holding support for a while now, doing very well, looking for a breakout, more bullish opportunity here. Even Dogecoin's been looking for a way to go up. Ethereum has just not been finding that way. I will say it had a very good move towards, the beginning of the year. It just really hasn't found a way to continue that move so far, which is the shame here, right? All right. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head out right now. I'm going to be probably streaming a little bit later on tonight. And no, not tonight. Sorry, tomorrow. So we're going to do like a couple streams tomorrow. One like this during the election, and then one for the workout type of thing here. I just got to make sure I got all my workout gear together. Like basically a sweatshirt and a pair of sweatpants. That'll be fun. But yeah, nice talking with all of you guys today. Tomorrow's stream will probably be a little bit longer here, to be honest, just because we have to talk about the election. And as we talk, the first wave of votes are going to be coming in, so we may see how that actually affects the market. And then we're going to have a clear picture to see, hey, if Trump is winning, does that mean the market's going up, or are the markets going down for some reason? Or if Kamala is winning, does that mean the markets are going up for some reason instead of down, like we're kind of trained to think right now? So take your time, relax. It's going to be a wild show. If you guys aren't ready for this show, just be careful and don't trade. You guys don't have to trade right now because it's going to be crazy. I've done the trading, so you guys don't have to. I've chosen to go long right now on a very high risk trade, but for most of you guys who are maybe a little more cautious, just wait for the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin for the MACD to turn positive, and then you guys can go long. That's going to be a much better position to